He's in the locker room.
All right, Anthony. National champion. How does that sound to you?
It sounds right. It sounds really right.
Questions?
Anthony, congratulations. When did you first think that by moving up a weight that you could be national champ?
I believed I could be a national champ at any weight that I set my mind to. I didn't make it last year, but going to college, I knew heavyweight was what I was meant to be because it fits my personality perfectly. I love to lift and eat, and I'm faster and stronger than anyone if I could eat healthy and be who I'm supposed to be. So it's the best case scenario for me.
Anthony, all year long, you've waited patiently for that first attack, and tonight you turned that into 6.
Yeah.
Talk us through why you're so patient waiting for that first attack, and B, what happened tonight, the attack, the finish, the back points.
Yeah, I gotta be smart out there. These are some big boys, and I don't want to get caught under them. I learned that from my shoulder injury that I gotta be smart with my finishes and my attacks, and that's kind of carried over to my style. And so, if I go, I'm going hard, and 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna get that attack. So yeah, I'm a little patient, but if I go, you're going down.
Anthony, Mike Finn from Win. It's 2 nights in a row you came in, looked at your name tag. Did you almost think this was a dream, that this really was not happening?
Not at all. It just made sense to me. Maybe to you guys. I joked saying that you guys printed out just my name tag because that's how I feel every day. I wake up as a national champion, as an Olympic champion, and I expect these things. So maybe a surprise to a lot of people, but not to me.
Anthony, you told us in Minnesota that, when you're in a neutral position, a lot of things going on out there that we can't see. What was going on tonight before you struck there?
I felt him hesitant right off the bat. It was my mat to score and do whatever I pleased to him. So I felt that in the first period, and I was getting him super tired. I was keeping my pace up, moving my feet and hands, which may not seem like a lot to you guys, but it gets those guys real tired. And I could go all day. So they don't want to go to the second, third period with me if I'm moving my hands and feet. So that's what was going on in the first period, and then I went for it in the second.
Anthony, it's Gary Abbott with USA Wrestling. Beat the Streets is going to invite all the national champions here to wrestle the #1 in freestyle in Madison Square Garden. Would you go up against Quiz? Is that something you'd consider?
Yeah, I mean, my goal is to be an Olympic champion, so whoever's up at heavyweight in any division is going to be a competitor of mine.
Anthony, what do you think has allowed you in your career to take advantage of the short time you've had in the postseason and kind of finish each time on top? How do you approach it that's allowed you to kind of seize that moment?
In the match itself?
You've had one shot in high school and now in college.
Okay. I don't know, I guess I perform really well under pressure. And I have a goal, and if I don't achieve that goal, like if I didn't achieve this goal tonight, the past 5 years would be a failure in my mind, which may not be the right thing, but that's just how I see it. So when all the chips are out, I'm going to perform because it's do or die for me.
Anthony, after last season, I'm sure you had some pressure from other schools, to go wrestle elsewhere. What made you know that you wanted to stay and continue your career at Penn State?
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that. I've never been one to look outside of myself for when adversity comes. I always look inside. If I don't get something I want, it's because of me. I'm in the best school, the best program, the best facilities, the best coaches, everything I have to be a champion. So if I'm not a champion, it's my fault. I'm not going to go somewhere else and achieve that. So I looked inside, had to make more changes, and figure it out because everything around me was doing it right. It was me.
Anthony, 2-part question. First part, you lost him earlier in the year. How much did you watch that film, and how much did you learn from it? And second part is, at this point, it's thought to be a foregone conclusion that you'll get a second year or a 6th year, and maybe even a 7th.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Do you want to come back, or are you done with folk style wrestling?
For the first part of your question, yeah, I watched that match a couple times from the scuffle. I wasn't happy with my performance, and I was still kind of settling into that weight class and not feeling myself yet. And so I knew that I wasn't the same guy as I was back in January. My coaches knew that, and so I want to go out there and prove it tonight. And I think I did. I majored him, right? I got the major?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then second part of your question, yeah, in terms of the years following, I assumed this year was my last year going into the national tournament. Now I'm going to sit down and think about it, talk to my family and my coaches, and see what's best for me going forward. Because I have freestyle goals as well, so we'll see.
Last question.
I'm sorry, Anthony, for those who don't understand, why did you sit out that year? I'm not from Penn State.
Yeah.
Why did you sit out that year?
So I got a shoulder surgery, so I was sidelined for months, and along with financial difficulties. So my plan was to Olympic redshirt that year once I medaled in the Junior Worlds. That didn't work out, so I was forced to take the year off. But I was able to get healthy, and that's when I made drastic changes to my life and trained hard that entire year. But yeah, took that year off for personal, financial, and injury reasons.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Thanks, man.